Welcome to the channel, Anna Zachary here. At this blog, we discuss how to acquire customers for online courses and coaching programs. I can bravely speak on this topic because I've been doing that for more than 9 years in a row. And today's topic for the video, I've decided to dedicate to a very important question that many of you have probably asked yourself. Why some of the blogs on Instagram and TikTok skyrocket and the other one don't? You can spend a lot of time on creating the content. You think that you post consistently, you are very hardworking on everything what is relatable to your blog, but your competitors and other participants of the niche growing way faster than you are. Today, we're gonna talk on 5 secrets how to help your blog to skyrocket and gain more followers and views. Before we proceed, as always, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Number one reason, and I think the most important one, why the blog skyrocket and attract more attention is because it conveys the personality and individuality of the influencer. And probably this is the most difficult one. That's why I decided to start from this. I want you to pay all attention to this point. In my professional experience, we have been promoting, I think I will not be mistaken if I say about 30 blogs, 30 influencers with different stories, with different ability to stay consistent on posting the content. And you can say that, yes, it definitely matters that you post consistently, that you create a top quality content. But probably the most important thing and the most crucial secret to skyrocket your blog is to be able to show the authenticity of you, the authenticity of your brand, of your ideas, and refrain from copying other accounts. And this is difficult because we are so afraid to be us. We are so pressed and restricted by some social opinions, specific social attitudes to this and that, and we are just afraid to show our real selves in reels, stories, and other formats of the blog. Let's say you are constantly afraid of looking stupid instead of looking fun. You would love to post this type of content, but you think that your audience will not understand it. But the humor is that the only way how you can skyrocket really fast is when you find your own way on posting your personal content, not copying somebody else. For me, it always was about like a therapy, doing my blog and trying to find my authenticity and stop being afraid of showing my real self. It is not easy and you can treat it as a therapy. 2 questions I would like you to ask yourself right now. What makes me different? And the answer you will get will help you to stand out in front of others. The second question, how can I show my authenticity in my blog? We are already in 2025, and if you continue to just copy and paste other ideas on your blog, you will not grow. Just stop doing this. You can quit now and don't waste your strengths and don't be demotivated of that. Just because this is the rule of a contemporary social media platforms. The only way how you can grow, show your real self. The one key thing I want you to take out from this point is that there are no certain rules that ladies with pretty looking appearance will gain more followers, or men with less attractive appearance will get less followers. No, this is absolutely not how it's working. Today, here is a home assignment for you. Go to Explore section on Instagram and scroll the feed and try to ask yourself why this type of content caught up, why it is in your Explore, why it gains so many followers and views. And once you do this, you will understand that it is not only about the beauty, not only about the top quality of the videography skills, it's just about the authenticity and something that stands out. Secret number 2 to skyrocket with your blog is to define the niche. I have seen so many examples when influencers jump from one topic to another. Today they post their cooking, next day they are videographers, the next day they post their kids, and when a new visitor comes to your page, he doesn't understand what's going on here. And he cannot find any connections with his needs and pains and interests because there are so many of them. The thing is that people are attracted by exact topic in your blog. You definitely need to mix it with some lifestyle and some educational content and something else. I will cover it in the next step. But the thing is that it all should be aligned within one topic. Now ask yourself a question. Open your Instagram profile or TikTok profile. Look at it and answer the question. When someone new visits my profile, can they tell what I do and how I can help them? Can they? In my experience, I had in the past about 5 my Instagram blogs with a different amount of followers, starting from 2,000 followers, ending up with 200,000 followers. And this is really difficult to stick to one topic because you get bored. Because time after time, when you just record the same topics and the reels and the stories and you just want to quit. But here's the challenge. The owners of the blog, that Skyrocket, they do not put too much emotions on that. They treat the Instagram like business, not like a source of self-expression, not like this is my uniqueness point, this is the place where I can show my new outfits and so on, or this is the place where people can envy me and like my stories and reels. No, if you treat this like your full-time job, then all those emotions and all those I don't want to or I want to will just disappear, and you will align to one niche and post just reels and content on one topic. This is difficult, I know, but we have to do it. Here comes another secret, and you really need to balance it, and please understand me correctly. I've just mentioned that you need to have one defined topic in your blog, and it should be supported by the bio of your blog. Because just imagine, I am a new visitor in your blog and I would like to follow you, but before I do so, before I hit that blue button, I will read your bio. And if that bio is not clear enough, and if I do not understand what this blog is about, I will not do that. But the next step that is really important, that you mix the content, and there are 5 key types of the content that you need to pay attention to. The first one, educational. So try to share some professional advices on the topic that you are constantly talking in your blog. Provocative, spark conversation or debates on some of the topic. For example, if some news have appeared in media, discuss it in your blog. Ask for opinion, show that you are up to date and you're constantly following what's going on in this niche. Storytelling. People love to listen to the stories. I will not be mistaken if I say that American marketers have generated millions of dollars only thanks to storytelling. There was an experiment when people were selling a banana on eBay. And if you just put the banana on eBay, and they have compared how fast people took a decision to buy that one banana. That was a plastic one, by the way. So in one case, they just post banana and description of that good, and that's it. And in the other case, they just not drop the picture of banana with all those descriptions of the good, but they told a story that that banana was in the possession of the grandmother who I loved really much, and this banana has a long story in our family. So there was some story behind that simple plastic yellow banana. And they noticed that the sales in that case, in the case number 2, where story was behind that plastic thing, were much higher than in the first case, when we just drop it and didn't tell any warm memories and didn't describe the history behind that. So if you have that traction, if you have that statistics, rely on data. We already have a lot of information, how people sell and what people really react on social media and just in general life. So use it. Storytelling is one of the things. Let me know in comments, maybe in your life, you've experienced that if you tell a story, people will listen to you more attentively. And share your experience, and have it ever help you to sell something. In our case, we all the time, when we do a free masterclass, we all the time try to tell the story of the expert who is hosting the webinar. How he started, what challenging he has faced, and then how he got to today's point. And this is really interesting to see, to witness, and at this moment, people can relate to his story. You are creating like a bridge between the expert and the viewer. The next type of content that you definitely need to mix into your blog is humor. But again, it can be humor, but it should be relatable to the topic you are talking in the blog. A last one is relatable content that actually summarize everything what I've just said about the types of content, that everything what you post should somehow contain a conclusion or some relatable points with the topic of the blog. And these will help you somehow to diversify the content in your blog, but at the same time, align it with one niche. The other secret why blogs start to grow decently is because they know the pains and needs of the audience. And this is so important, and sometimes it's difficult for the experts, and here is why. Let's say when their online educator or influencer has reached a certain point in his or her life, he is making, let's say, $10 million per year. And the followers are still in the process of getting to that point. They want to learn something new and they have just started and they're making like $1,000 a month. And it's not easy to connect these two persons. We need to understand that even if you are a top expert, you need to create a content that will be suitable not for you, that not you would prefer to watch, but your audience would prefer to watch. When influencers say, oh, I would never ever visit that free masterclass, or I would never ever follow that account because they're talking on some basic stuff, it's so generic. But the thing is that you are the expert who is expected to teach the followers on the topic you are exploring in your blog. And this is important to keep in mind all the time you create a content. That things that you treat like basic and generic might be so useful for the audience. And pains and needs that you think are not pains at all are the top demand of your followers. So what we do in order to cover all those requirements of the audience, we try to conduct as many surveys, like at least we do 2-3 surveys a month, not a year, not a quarter, but a month, 2-3 surveys a month to be able to understand better what people are looking for. So create a questionnaires, create a surveys in stories where people just can click the poll buttons and just try to talk to them and see how they react in the comments on different type of content and so on. Let me know in comments right now how long ago you have conducted a survey within your audience. When was that? Be honest, drop your answers. And the last secret, you can create a perfect content. You can define the niche. You also can find out those 5 types of content and mix it all up in your blog, just as I've advised you a minute ago. But you will fail if you will not be able to face all challenges of the social media platforms. The last step is the most crucial one, because even if you find that one niche and will talk on this niche in your blog, you will create a perfect bio, you will post consistently, you will do everything what I've just mentioned a second ago, but you will not be able to face all challenges and surprises that social media platforms prepared for you, you will not grow at all. You will not skyrocket and you will not grow on a long-term distance. What challenging am I mentioning here? So the first one is people will judge you. No matter how beautiful you are, no matter how smart you are, it doesn't matter whether your joke is funny or not. There will be people in the world who will judge and say, I don't like this content. What a stupid thing you've just said. In my case, those judges were the closest one, the friends and people who were constantly saying like, look at your blog, you're posting so many content and it still have not grown enough. Yes, you need to be brave and strong and persistent enough to overcome all these emotional challenges. I think this is the same for anything in the world. No matter what business you are about to do, you need that emotional strength. But in the case of a social media, we treat it so personally because there is our face on the reels. Let's say if I own a beauty salon, nobody even know who I am and nobody see my face. If they complain on the quality of the services, they complain not about me, not because I am not funny, not because they think I'm stupid or something like that. But in the case with the social media, when you try to develop your own blog, all those comments will be directly, straightly to your personality. And you need to be strong enough, emotionally stable to overcome all of that. And that might sound, I can do this. Oh, lady in red jacket, don't even say that it's difficult. You will see that time after time, day after day, you might feel ashamed of some of the content that you have posted. One of the big problems with all those experts, we have worked with, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 experts within my career at marketing company. And I know that sometimes you do not have just time to create a proper content. We do not look great every day. Something can happen to our face, something can happen to our mood, and sometimes we just need to drop a piece of content to stay consistent. And you will not always like it. But the thing is, people do not see a big difference between these quality shifts, only you see it. And you need to overcome that fear, that pride, that emotional instability. These are 5 things why so many blogs skyrocket and your blog doesn't. I hope this was important and valuable for you. Let me know in comments which of these 5 secrets hit you the most. And don't forget to watch other videos on this channel because they really help you to gain more followers, more sales, and get more attention to your brand. Stay tuned and see you next time.